this is such a theme for the Scorpio moon, because we're talking about what's deep down inside of us and recognizing that and unlocking the gifts that that brings. So, are you ready? Welcome to your Scorpio moon ritual. This is your super pink moon, and it's got a lot of names. It's called a pink moon, not because it has anything to do with the moon color actually being pink, but we're talking about the first blooms of spring. Scorpio, the deep parts of ourselves that we mask and hide, the satisfaction that we have deep inside of us that maybe we haven't unlocked yet, or we keep hidden because we're afraid people won't accept us as we are. So that's what we're exploring today.
Congratulations to Vicky, who is the winner of our Aries New Moon prize, the Visions Roller. This moon we are giving away the activated charcoal and tea tree soap handmade by 2K's Eclectic Oasis. And all you have to do to enter is comment below where or why you clicked this video to get your ticket into the giveaway. But if you want to share this video and comment below, we will give you an extra ticket. So you have 2 tickets for the giveaway for the full moon, and we will be announcing the winner at the new moon, May 11th. My birthday!
It's just so perfect because it's this dark gem at the middle of this prize that is you, and it's the wisdom the owl represents that is in that shadow, and that is what Scorpio is all about. That is what this moon is going to be all about, digging into our shadow, and I cannot wait to get into this message with you. Today, in our very first message, life purpose. You can access the deep potential that is locked away, because that is what is being inhibited. You go deep and explore down there, and there is nothing you'll be afraid of out in the world. Okay, the thing that we're generally most afraid of is our own potential or how people will see us. So how do we step into that if we are not willing to look at that treasure that is at the core of us? We have to see it. Okay, when the flower blooms, the bees come uninvited. Each soul unfolds in divine time to their own inner truth, power, and limitless creative potential. Just as you cannot force a flower to bloom when it is not ready, so too can you not force a soul to unfold to their creative light and magnificence when they are not ready. So that is exactly what we're talking about. First of all, pink moon, flower blooming, and second of all, going inward. It's not always like, hey, now's the time, dive in. It's not always like that. Sometimes we do have to take the space to build ourselves to that point where we are ready to go deep, or it could trigger something in us that we are not equipped to handle on our own. So if there are things coming up for you, you don't want to dive into a meditation that is a shadow meditation right now unless you're under professional guidance, or you have yourself balanced out to the point where you feel emotionally safe enough to sit with yourself. Dear one, this wisdom of who you are and why you are here is found in your heart. To reach this place of innate wisdom and understanding of self is to first be clear. To reach this place of innate wisdom and understanding of self is to first clear the channel between the heart and the mind. Breaking through the walls of fear will enable the clarity of self to flow through. This wisdom may come through synchronistic encounters, that nudge you to try new creative endeavors, or even the feeling of an ignited heart wishing to suddenly explore. However, if this revelation of self comes to you, it will come, and the truth of who you are and why you are here will be yours. Your heart is your guiding compass, dear one. Allow your inner compass to guide your way with love. And your affirmation for your life purpose and the Scorpio super full moon: I am living my life purpose by doing what I love and then sharing that love with others. So when we go deep, I want you to understand, or remember that this is for your own healing. No one is forcing you to do this. This is all your own choice. And that's the difference. There's a softening to going inward in that way, where it's not harsh, it's not forceful, and so you can kind of let those walls down that normally flare up kind of as triggers and anxiety and fear when we try to go into those deep places. If you're not willing to go beneath the surface of yourself, you're not going to be able to access it. And that really is what the Scorpio moon is giving us. And this is where I want to mention really quickly what the supermoon is all about. This is the first of 3 supermoons in a row. So supermoons can be full or new moons, but we're talking about 3 super full moons. And this is called the SuperMoon Trilogy of Enlightenment. So the very first
SuperMoon is going to be a luminary, the first of the 3 to arrive April, May, and June. And a supermoon is going to have a stronger, more potent effect on us because the moon is bigger and brighter. The moon generally affects our emotions, but when it is closer to Earth in this particular elliptical orbit, we're gonna feel it more. And that is why it is part of this supermoon trilogy of enlightenment.
This time we're choosing to dive deep into what is referred to as shadow work. And it's not for a beginner. Okay, this is something I want to just preface that it is for people who are ready to take a deeper dive. So this it is here for you to enjoy, but when we get into the meditation, you may want to just evaluate, am I ready right now? Because it could bring up stuff and it might not be the right time, for you. But what this does is unlock a healing that cannot be addressed on the surface, and it's not comfortable generally. Discomfort is not something you fear after a while.
Shit. Something else I was supposed to tell you about. ADHD brain, don't blame me. I warned you. The journal. You have to download the journal because you have exclusive access to this exact spread, so you can read along with me. You can pull your own oracle cards and make your own notes. I designed this spread that we've been doing every 2 weeks for the moons, and I gave it to my friend at 2K's Eclectic Oasis, and she put it into this beautiful journal format that you can download so you can follow along. And also, she has her own journal that helped me get into my rhythms to start creating these videos, so that's included as well. Her full moon journal prompt is there for you, so download that now, and then we will get into the rest of the message.
Looking at your journal, this is number 1, and here we're on number 2. Number 1 was how to handle this lunar phase, and so again, this is about your potential, going inward, blossoming from deep within. And now we're going to talk about where we will find satisfaction. I respect all of nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on earth. Beautiful. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine, mine, mine to God's, God's, God's. Such freedom. Heart healing, isn't that so funny? Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. That's amazing. This meditation that I created for this Scorpio moon is a deep dive, like ocean water, shadow meditation. And man, I mean, really, that's what we're doing. We're going into like a place that we normally don't go. And that's the opportunity we're given here with this super moon in Scorpio, because the moon represents your emotional body. Your gut reactions to things that you maybe don't even expect. Going so deep and finding your true satisfaction is going to heal you for a lifetime. It's going to set an entirely new foundation. So your courage to go inward when the time is right for you, when you're confident in your ability to not meditate necessarily, but just to sit still and call your mind back again and again, is going to completely transform the way that you feel. You don't have to beat yourself up. Every single person who meditates goes through the process of calling your mind back again and again. It's just reminding and reminding. And the longer you can kind of sit that way, as you kind of train that stillness into you, you find the depth. You start to sink down there and realize that it's not a place that is gonna crush you. What have I been afraid of? It is ominous and new and mysterious, but it's not a place you fear. It's a place that you find adventure and curiosity. Number 3, this is something to set our intentions towards, the fire elemental. This was the center of the new moon in Aries. If that is something you're called to, you need to ignite the fire within you. That is something too that you can go sit in the fire meditation, but also here we're talking about deep down, at the very, very bottom of the ocean are where the volcanoes are, and they're creating new islands. We have no idea, these new formations, new foundations are being created. So consider that as well. Down in those depths where your fire may lie, that true fire that we were igniting, if you were having difficulty accessing that, you may just need to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, but to that in the right time for you, okay? You can immerse your life in meditation all the time in a bunch of different ways, whether you're moving, sitting with your coffee, or you're chatting with a friend. There are so many ways for you to receive. Every day becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust your inner guidance. And that's what it is. It's just kind of like finding all the places where peace is in the situation, in the experience. I'm here. I'm where everybody else is, but how am I experiencing it is my choice. Okay, receive a different perspective from the place that is like passionate, creative, that place where freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from the worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. Okay, so that passion within you is absolutely, it's necessary, it's beautiful, and you do not have to be afraid of it. Look at the sun there. The elemental balance within us is not something that we need to be afraid of. Okay, it is free flowing. To be balanced and to find balance based on what we came into this world with. We are also different, but we're each trying to find a satisfaction and an inner peace. And it's going to look different for every single one of us. I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. So this is spot number 4, and this is something to be aware of. The energy just really softly shifts. We see a lot of nature energy, right? And we've been seeing that as we shifted into Taurus season. We're connecting to nature and to our bodies. That is what we are doing. Our body and mind going in order to connect with our spirit, okay, our highest potential. And the whole point of meditating is to be present in the moment right now. And I just spoke about this in my new ideas for meditation video. And it says, stay present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled in each moment. And we're talking about over here, freedom flows. There's a pace, and sometimes we want to jump ahead of where we are, but there is a process to the healing, okay? It doesn't just go away. I know we say time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds if you want to be healed. If you want to avoid your wounds, time will numb your wounds, and you'll wake up years from now in the same exact place that you started. It does not take a whole lot of effort or time to heal your wounds. It takes courage, willingness to feel, to be subtle, to take responsibility for yourself. There's a lot of things that you have to choose to do that are not comfortable things, and that's why most people don't like to do them, because you have to go deep, and it is ego crushing a lot of times for the stuff you have to take responsibility for. You will have to do this eventually if you ever want to have a hope of satisfaction in this lifetime. So do it now and start to move through this. Let the changes start to happen now rather than avoiding them and it takes so much energy to avoid our problems. If you are anything like me, you spent so much time avoiding that you had no idea how much peace was just in the being. Letting ourselves deal with the consequences, not trying to run away from them or blame others, just dealing with them and making the real changes. It does not suit the ego. I promise you that, but that's where it is, man. The treasure is down in that self-honesty. You got to be honest with yourself. No one else is going to do that for you. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see that things will be all right. And in this meditation that we're going to do today, or if you're not ready to do that today and you want to start some lighter meditation methods before you hop into this, just bookmark it for later. I'm going to take you really softly into the descent, so that way you can be there and know that you're supported. And then I'm going to bring you softly back up. Come back to this meditation again and again. You can, but also you have then that understanding of how you can soften that process so it's not so terrifying. Just hop in. It rocks your world in different ways, and your level of fear and anxiety towards those changes. And as a Taurus, my level of fear and anxiety towards those changes was not very forgiving for a very long time. So I know how uncomfortable it is. Trust me, I have walked through it myself and I understand. Now we are into number 5, a lesson that we may face. Releasing that which does not serve our highest purpose with love and gratitude. So this is not harsh, okay? This is loving the self. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. The inner child, this is another term kind of what we're talking about. Shadow work, inner child healing work. It's the same stuff. It's really deep, locked away stuff that we couldn't quite understand when it happened. We couldn't process it, or we just couldn't purge the energy from us. In whatever way, it got locked up in us, and it literally is locked away in our tissues. It literally is, believe me or not, look it up. When you talk to a therapist, you're going to find out that emotions get locked away in your body, and the best way to release them is just to start to connect with your own body. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimates the kindness of a stranger. And I hope that I'm that stranger for you, because this is exactly what we're talking about. I know this is not comfortable, okay? You don't know me, probably, or maybe you do. If you do know me, you know that I'm not just bullshitting here, that I've actually walked this path
very uncomfortably,
and many, many times have not even been able to be social.
I appreciate you so much supporting my work by dropping a coffee in my tip jar, clicking down below to purchase any of the tools and decks that we use in this video, or stopping by Amaro's Intuitive Studio for a private consultation. Thank you so much. Cheers to us in the season ahead.
Sometimes it takes a while, right, to normalize from this. You have to be thoughtful about this. It takes time. Don't start something like this when your life is full of chaos. You need to know that you have the time and space to nurture yourself. Scorpio is a sister sign to Taurus, and what that means is it's opposites on the wheel of the zodiac. And a full moon is the moon opposite in the sky of the sun, and it's being illuminated by the sun fully. So we're getting this softer energy, okay, that's giving us the opportunity to access this. So we're taking this and gently illuminating this, gently moving downward and slowly kind of dropping into this emotional place where we will create a deep foundation. We're going to find a foundation there that we didn't even realize that we had, that's going to be much more satisfying than maybe what we've built our life on so far. If you want to know more about the sun in Taurus, there's a whole video on that and the energy of the month. Please check that out as well. We're moving into a resource we should pay attention to. Number six, gratitude. And didn't we just over here, releasing with gratitude, grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons each brings. And that's the key right there, to realize that each thing that we release is a lesson. Whether we keep that and it grows along with us or we release it completely, it is a lesson. Let it all be a lesson instead of a grudge or bitterness. Under the surface, right, going down deep, I'm speaking of, do you know those ocean shows where they talk about the like dark place where the light does not touch? There's all these weird creatures down there. It's like wreckage and it's weird down there, right? But that's like where the treasure sinks to. The wreckage down there, the things that we've lost, it's sitting down there. It's just there, right? It's not doing anything. It's not serving any purpose, hidden away down there. And now you're going to choose to go in deep and explore inside yourself lessons that you were not able to process from things that maybe you've been holding on to. And I'm not saying it's not rightful, because there are things that happened to you that were harmful that you had no fault in. But your healing is your responsibility one way or the other. Your life is yours. Whoever hurt you or whatever harmed you is not in your shoes. They get to walk away from you at the end of the day. So whatever harm that situation caused, you're the one who's carrying it in this space. I don't know what they hold. They may hold no accountability whatsoever. So ultimately, sometimes we can go out and we can handle that, right? Sometimes we can, and we can get absolution and closure in that space. But sometimes we have to find this within. We absolutely cannot find it, because those people out there, the situation does not care. They're not going to apologize. They don't feel bad. They won't ever see that they're in the wrong or give us the reciprocity that we deserve, that is rightful in that situation. So we have to liberate ourselves from within. And the doubts and the fears that we carry with us are a voice from somewhere else that are not, it's not true. That's all I can say to you. There was something going on inside me that was like, I'm weird. Why am I not like other people? I used to change myself to be something I thought fit better for other people. I thought that other people would like more. And I didn't even realize I was doing it, I'll be honest. I always thought I was just me. And don't we always have that? We see in retrospect, like, my God, it's beyond embarrassing. But we have to understand that the doubts and fears that we've been carrying in that inner child space, a lot of times they are a misunderstanding, a miscommunication of someone else, their impression of themselves that they lay on us. And it's time to liberate ourselves from those fears. Okay, so in one way or another, whether you're ready to go deep today or you need to start in a lighter way, you're going to start to connect with your body, so you start to really truly believe from the center core of you that when those voices pop up, you know that they are not who you are, because they are not. So this is something to pay attention to, the resources within. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Rise and awaken. See a new sunrise. Ritual cleansing of pain and lies. There it is. Isn't that what I just said? Lies. They're lies locked in you. They are not true. They have never been true. And I don't know what they say to you. I don't know what they say to you, but I'm telling you they're not true. And you do not have to be caged by those anymore, but it is your choice to go in, and unlock the door for yourself. Transformation, death, and rebirth, that is Scorpio. Number 7, effective way to clear our energy. The spirit awakens. I embrace my soul purpose and align all aspects of my life to it fully. And I just want to say that I'm recording this on Earth Day. So that's beautiful. That is what we're clearing our energy, the earth. We have so much earth energy. We're going to align, okay, with our soul purpose on this earth. And it connecting to the earth has been a big theme here about what centers us, because when we come back up from that deep place, we have to bring light and air to this wound, this place that has been locked away. It needs to breathe. It's not going to be done because you go in deep once and you find it. You have to bring it to the surface. You might need to talk to somebody. You might need professional assistance. Use your intuition. Be guided with your own heart. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. The inner Lord, I love that so much, so much, because I've never seen those two words put together before. Your source, your spirit, whatever you access and wherever that comes from, be in this moment with yourself. That's what the meditation is. The heart space, the core of you. Where do you think the core of you is? The satisfaction is in your heart. Learn to see with that perspective of your heart and then unmask yourself. So you don't have to feel like you have to hide. You do not have to hide. And if anyone makes you feel like you have to, trust yourself about who you need to remove from your life softly, because you love yourself. Okay? Let new people into your life who support you as the person you are growing into. Fortune and Tarot. Collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. Look at that. Oh my God. That's wild. Oh man, my heart just jumped out of my chest. We have come to our final message from the cosmos for the Scorpio super full pink moon on April 26, 2021. The root chakra. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. So we go in, we anchor it to the earth, that Taurian energy. We are going within to decide what is we are planting permanently, long term, what makes us feel abundant in our soul. So we go down and we resurrect that. Scorpio is resurrection. That's exactly what it is. It's the phoenix coming back, and that is one of our Taurian themes. So we are talking about brand new life coming from the bottom of, you're gonna unearth something and you're gonna breathe new life in it. You're gonna plant some lesson of wisdom from an old wreckage of trauma in your life, and you are going to anchor in something brand new on this earth plane. Okay? Extraordinary. There is wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Believe it. Believe. Our final message. Nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. And your nomad is going inward. You're not wandering any place but in. This is like, think of like a video game where you go on a quest, but the quest is you. All the treasures are unlocked within your soul. Like, what better game is there to play? Time to be more lighthearted. And that's what we're going to be able to illuminate a little bit more too. We're going to plant something that we didn't even know we had inside of us, and it is going to grow, and it is going to turn into something so magnificent. Okay? Purpose shines all around you. Go in and find it, dig it out, resurrect it, bring it to the surface.
As you consider what you want to do moving forward, I want you to make a choice. Are you ready to go deeper now? Or are you new to this, new to meditation and connecting with your body, and you want to choose some softer, more beginner tactics? There are plenty of ideas for you in my brand new 2021 meditation ideas video. And I encourage you to explore that first if you're going through something that you need a little bit more time before you dig in deep. But if you are ready, I just want you to survey this space right now, and I want you to notice that it's calm, and this is your choice. You're here because you want to be, and so there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of as you allow yourself to sink into the water and you let the waves wash over you. You're here on purpose and you know where you're going. So sink beneath and do not be afraid as you breathe all the last bits of oxygen out of your lungs. And you discover that you can breathe underwater. You glorious mermaid. You didn't even know. And here you are greeted by your fellow sentient life beings, the wise ones. They're here to let you know that you're safe, you're guided, and we're going to offer you a soft way to descend into this space that you've been fearing for a long time. It's okay. You are not alone. And start here with curiosity. Follow the nostalgia. Follow the beauty. Let yourself be curious and adventurous. And let whatever is piquing your interest first arise. Smile, laugh, cry. Look up close. Spend some time here, noticing the intricacies of all your memories, thoughts. Beautiful in their own way. Beautiful from far away as well as up close, just different. Notice all the soft places, all the things that are hiding in the crevices of you. It's all you and it's all okay. You're the only one down here and you get to make all the choices. So take a few moments and settle in, because I'm going to bring you very softly down into the depths of yourself and then let you sit there and come to whatever conclusions you need to with whatever you find. So let's notice and then engage our curiosity as we move away from what is so obviously beautiful and follow an inkling into something that's maybe a little bit more unknown, something we'd usually shy away from. Every time you consider turning back, I want you to remember that you chose to be here. It is always your choice which way you go. If you need to stop You need to ascend back to the surface. But you're not alone. You can hold whatever is meant for you to notice today. You can bring it back up to the surface with you, shed new light on it, and allow the air to touch places that have not seen light or air ever since you can remember, things that have been locked away that you may not have known were there. But you're not afraid. You feel the rhythm down here. You know there's something down here that you need to explore. You don't know what it is yet, but you do know that there was wreckage. There's some sort of tragedy or pain down here. But you're ready. You're ready to go in, to take a closer look, to notice the beauty that is within the wreckage is a gift all in itself. You know that now. You know that there's something that has to change within you or is changing within you in your life. You can feel it. And you know that there's no purpose in fighting it any longer. Your potential is down here in the places that have been locked away. The treasure has always been within. You've just been afraid to go looking for it. So now we are integrating and exploring, which means that whatever we find in here, we need to become friends with ourselves having experienced it. We're getting closer and closer to the bottom now, the dark space. And we don't know what's down there. It may not feel good to remember it. But as you do, I want to remind you that you are here because you know that this is going to bring you great healing on the other side. You want to experience satisfaction that is deeper than you've ever experienced before, and you know that this is where it is. So as it comes up, do your best just to sit. Find it in your body and let it flow through you. Every time your mind tries to wander, just remind yourself why you're here. Remember that feeling it now will release it. And now I'm gonna leave you, not alone, but just in silence, to think about this for yourself. And I'll come back in a few minutes and help ascend back to the surface with whatever you found. You're safe. hardest part is over. You did something magnificent just now. Something that most people never do. Just sit with yourself. Choose to sit in the uncomfortable silence of who you are and let yourself feel and be friends with all the things that you've been hiding about yourself because you didn't think that you could be you. But I want to tell you that you can. And now that you've been here, you start to notice the wonders that have been hiding in this deep, dark place that you never would have experienced had you not chosen to come here. You are so brave, and you have done so well. Do not be afraid to open your eyes in this space and look around. You've not been crushed. You're alive. You're okay. And we're going to choose now to start to resurface slowly and see what is waiting for us as we come back to the surface. I think that you'll notice as you begin to bring this to the light that you see these wonders that you never could have seen otherwise. And you'll notice more people who join you in this experience, who want to feel and see something different. People who know what it's like to have faced this fear and gone in deep. And here they are greeting you. They're going to join you in noticing these synchronicities, these wonders of nature and of life that most of us are too busy to see, or at least have been. We know what that feels like. And here you are now, just present in this moment, experiencing this glory. And as you continue to slowly ascend, you notice that you are being celebrated. Everyone that is here and around you feels what you have done. They know your courage. And you see them delighting in you just for having done what was once unthinkable for yourself. And this is such a beautiful experience that you almost don't want to leave it behind. But it's time to come back to the light, to breathe that fresh air again with whatever we found down here. It's time to decide what to do with it, how to process it, to heal it, give it the light and attention that it needs. You have gotten through something you never imagined you could, and this is only the beginning for you. You're here. You're ready. And I am so proud of you. Thank you for being here.